So we have our incline press machine here. Now we're going to talk about the differences between the Panatta specific incline press and the normal incline press. Now, the differences between the Panatta incline press, we have an adjustment that will allow us to get into a better position before we start. On normal presses, the handles generally do start at the back, so we have to apply blocks just to help us start in a kind of position for the shoulders, all right? We wanna make sure our seat is in the right position before we start. Bringing the seat a little bit higher does increase the amount of stress that is placed on the upper pec. Bringing the seat generally lower shortens your movement towards that muscle and tends to get the front delts working a little bit much. If that's the purpose of the movement for you, then why not do it? It also helps you lift a little bit more weight as well, so I can understand why a lot of people do it that way. But the best way to utilize the upper pec is to make sure the seat is on the higher side. Now, go through a couple reps. Make sure the shoulders are pinned backwards, chin tucked, everything's nice and aligned, drive into the floor. We want to stop just before it comes out of our active range, and then squeeze the muscle on the ascension. All right, perfect. Okay, so common mistakes we see with this movement is, first one, starting too far back, not using the adjustment to bring us into that nice position for the shoulders, and also getting a bit too much stretch. All right, as you can see, as I'm going backwards, I'm coming out of my active range of motion, and this is increasing the amount of stretch. Yes, increasing the amount of stretch on the pec, but also taking the shoulders out of its natural range of motion can impact shoulder integrity and cause a lot of stress in that joint. So we want to make sure we keep everything nice and aligned and stop just before you get outside that range. Sure, a stretch is good, but not on every movement. There's certain exercises that incorporate stretches. There's certain exercises that we want to stay safe and we want to just generate force, the appropriate amount of force at that joint. So excessively going backwards is not always a great thing, all right? So another common mistake we see to allow people to lift a little bit more weight is the hips start shifting forward. Now, as the hips start shifting forward, it compromises the movement because the muscle that you're intending to train is no longer being trained. So the movement is shortened in that position, all right? And the appropriate stresses is going towards the front delt. So doing it that way